off to go to a resort. We made it here in Nuan Resort, waiting for our cart. Hey, it's about time you met my other family members. This is Ezekiel. Pamangkin kita daw. Ako pinsan tayo.
Tita Dannie, tita kita.
Okay, so, pamangkin ko pala siya. Pamangkin yun kita, Alfred.
Pinsan mo siya?
Pinsan. Okay. Hindi mo. Wait, ilang taon ka? 20. 20, it's not 24. Pinsan ko siya. Tapos pamangkin ko.
Pamangkin,
Kaya,
mas malaki.
halo-halo. Here's the rest of my family. Ate Je. Ate Monet. And, what's your name?
Guys,
Sashu.
you don't know my name?
And kids, kanino mga bata to?
It's your girl, it's your girl, it's your girl. What you doing, what you doing, what you doing?
Here we have Steph. Here we have Angel. Would you believe that she is my niece? She's older than me.
Yes, I'm 25 years old. Ilang taon ka na ba ngayon?
24. Magta 25 this year.
Isang taon lang naman tayo.
Kahit na. Tita. Tita Moet. She gave me my first pair of Adidas shoes. So, big thank you. Also, she cooks mean binagongan. That's like my most favorite dish. It's a 10 out of 10 for me.
It was a great day, one of the funnest. I got to hang out with my family. I was able to see them again after such a long time. I rarely get to see my father's side of the family, and the introvert in me always wanted to keep receding. You know how we get in family gatherings. But you know, this one was different. I actually had fun. I liked talking to my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my nieces and nephews. It was a fun day. And the water was super cold. This was the start of my January. Afterwards, it was my best friend Ashley's birthday. I made a spell jar for them, my very own anti-anxiety jar, personal recipe, aka the ingredients that I could find in my kitchen and my garden.
I actually want to put in sugar, but I think it might get detected by ants, and I don't want to cause that inconvenience to them.
We ate and laughed over samgyup, and honestly, I had a grand time. I think we were there for 2 hours. It turns out introverts have a lot to say if they haven't seen each other for 4 years. I miss them and I love them so much. Thank you, Ashley, for that lunch. But that was the same day as when we got the phone call from the vet. I'll cut the long story short. Our dog Aaron was confined at the vet clinic because he was very lethargic. So Ehrlichia is some sickness from a flea bite. They say it's the dengue for dogs. And after running some tests, the doctor found out also that Aaron had lung cancer, kidney failure, and severe liver damage. In short, our 5-year-old suddenly had only 1 to 2 weeks left to live. And so when we took him back home, I took care of him. I was with him the entire time, and when I'm not, I went to him. I checked on him. I didn't want him to be alone. My family took turns being with him as well. They all had their moment with him, and I think that we're doing Aaron good, for each day was a bonus of his life. But every day he grew thinner. Even as my sister brought euthanasia up for him, I did not want to hear it. I didn't want to talk about it. It turns out death doesn't come for us right away. The organs die and shut down bit by bit while you're still alive. You feel all the pain every step of the way. Euthanasia puts the dog to sleep and pass away. The very thing that I've been looking for was what I was running away from the entire time. And I told my sister, let's put him to sleep. But I want him to fall asleep in his garden. The very grass he grew up on, the very grass that we played on. I want him to take his final rest there. And we did it. It's done. It's happened. Aaron is no longer with us. We put him to sleep just 30 minutes ago. It's so stressful. But honestly, it brings a sense of relief because he's been suffering for a week. It's gonna be so hard to live in this house without him. The garden will never be the same without him running around. But I'm just really glad we're moving out. Because this garden, I can't live in this garden without Aaron. Honestly, wherever Aaron is right now, I hope that he could run as fast as he could jump as high as he can like he used to. I'm just glad that he's pain-free now. And I was embracing him when they were sedating him. He fell asleep in me and my sister's arms. I couldn't bring to record it, of course not. I don't want to watch it over and over, and I don't want you guys to see the same thing because it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. But I just want to thank our dog for everything. For teaching us so much, for looking out over us, for looking after us. And I'm ready to move on. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I've always feared death. Like everyone here in this world. I've always had anxiety at the realization of us meeting our end someday. But honestly, I found loss and grief to feel way worse. It's my first day without Aaron in 5 years. My mind cannot comprehend that he is not here anymore. I would always look for him. Subconsciously, my eyes would look for that white tuft of fur. After lunch, I get up and I would think, okay, I have to feed Aaron, I have to prepare his food. But I have to remind myself that I didn't have to anymore. I had a dream. I looked out the window in my home. I looked out and I saw Aaron looking up at me. his ears and his tail up high. I smiled at him and looked away. But when I remembered what happened, I looked out again and he was gone. Do you know that panic when you wake up in a pitch black room? Frantically, your eyes look for the light in hopes you didn't wake up blind. Aaron was the light. And I need to accept that my eyes will never see again. The flowers are so vibrant and the plants are so green. But the garden is so empty without him. This is a reminder that life is so beautiful and so fragile at the same time. We should enjoy it as much as we can with no regrets, but a whole lot of common sense.
Thank you.
And though I am anxious of death, and I do fear it every day, I am comforted at the fact that when it does happen, at least I'll find my best friend there waiting for me.